Hey VC, this is going to be my entry into the 500 subscriber contest from Hanna and her channel, the Omaha Introvert. She has a super rad channel and you should go check it out. I'll leave a link down in the description to her channel. For this contest, she has 4 questions plus a little bonus question, so without further ado, let's get started. The first question is, where do you live, city, state, country? I am from Houston, Texas, United States. The second question is, what is the best sounding album you own on vinyl? Now, I don't own any Mo-Fi or real high fidelity albums, but I do have this, which is probably my favorite really clean album that I have. This is Howlin' Wolf's psychedelic Howlin' Wolf album, and I got this in Copenhagen, Denmark. It's an original 1969 pressing, and the vinyl is super clean. It doesn't crack, it doesn't pop, nothing. It sounds amazing. Now the third question is, what decade or era of music is your least favorite and why? I'm gonna have to say the grunge era or the 90s. That might upset some people, but it's just my personal preference. I don't know why, but I even listen to more 1940s vocal music than I do 1990s grunge. I've just never really been a big fan of bands like, Nirvana, Pearl Jam, Alice in Chains, Stone Temple Pilots. I don't know why. I don't hate those bands by any means. I just haven't really given their music much of a chance because I'm just not that into it. I am slowly delving into the world of grunge though, because I found a Stone Temple Pilots song that I like, much to my surprise, and I found some other tracks by some other bands that I'm currently digging, so there's hope for me yet. The fourth question is, what 5 psych albums do you recommend you think I should check out? If you're not into psych music, what are your top 5 favorite albums? Well, I am very much into psych music, and I've got 5 albums right here. But before I get into them, I'm going to run through some other albums that are not really in my top 5, but you should still check out. There's Satanic Majesty's Request by the Rolling Stones. Disraeli Gears by Cream. Surrealistic Pillow by Jefferson Airplane. The debut album from Quicksilver Messenger Service, Pride of Man and Dino's Song are exceptionally great on here. The debut album from Rotary Connection, this is like psychedelic soul. Little Games by the Yardbirds. Hourglass by the Hourglass. Flash by the Moving Sidewalks. And if you're lucky enough to find it, I recommend the Nuggets compilations. I've only managed to find the pop ones, but they do have psychedelic ones, and they are awesome. I've listened to them on YouTube, but never seen them in person. Alright, those were all just honorable mentions that I figured I'd throw in since you're looking to branch out into psychedelic music. So now we're going to start my top 5. And up first we have my favorite psych album of all time, The Psychedelic Sounds of the 13th Floor Elevators. Original copies cost a small fortune, but you can get a reissue for like 15-20 bucks. And this is pretty much where psychedelic rock all stems from, really. This is actually the first album to coin the term psychedelic rock, I believe, or at least psychedelic in terms of describing music, and I think it's absolutely phenomenal, and it's just a must-have for any psychedelic music fan. Now, the 13th Floor Elevators were from Austin, Texas, and I'm going to throw out another Austin band, the Black Angels. This is their debut album from 2006, 40 years after that album was released, and I think that this album is just a masterpiece of psychedelic rock music. Young Men Dead, Better Off Alone, and The Sniper at the Gates of Heaven are my favorite songs on here. Right, next we have Axis Bold as Love by the Jimi Hendrix Experience, and I think this album is just another psych masterpiece. I don't know if you can get all that, but I mean, in this one album you have Spanish Castle Magic, If Six Was Nine, Little Wing, and Castles Made of Sand. Which, Castles Made of Sand is probably my favorite Hendrix song. And yeah, Axis Boleslav. Alright, in fourth we have Lonerism by Tame Impala. Currents is also up there for me, but I think I saw someone else already do that in a video, so I figured I'd throw Lonerism in mine. I probably like this one more than Currents as well. Mind Mischief, Apocalypse Dreams, Elephant, Endertois, they're all on here. My favorite being Apocalypse Dreams, and I mean, this is just an awesome, awesome modern psychedelic album, because this only came out, I think, 5 or 6 years ago, 2012, 6 years ago. Great album. Finally, we come to my fifth and final psychedelic vinyl recommendation, and I'm gonna have to go with Yardbirds 68. This is basically a live concert from 1968 with the Jimmy Page era Yardbirds, and it's just basically a greatest hits compilation of all the best Yardbirds all the best Yardbirds songs in one outstanding live performance. And the audio quality is very good for being 50 years old, and it was remastered by Jimmy Page and put out in these box sets. And you can get signed ones like this one, or you can get plain ones. I think you can just get a double album. You can get it on CD, and they are awesome. Highly recommend that. Finally, the bonus question was, if you want your name entered twice in the drawing, you have to show an album with a cat on the front cover or back cover, which I didn't think I'd be able to find in my music collection, but lo and behold, on this Best of the Animals compilation, there's a cat right there, and then there's a crazy cat down here with a hat on and feather, looking like a painter. There's also a big cat on the back. So congrats on getting to 500, and you'll be at 1,000 in no time.